Hello and welcome to a session I'm calling Happy Hormones. Since exercise is a recommendation to help us balance our hormones, I thought I would curate a program that included some higher intensity fitness moves like squats and lunges, but also includes moves that are focused on core and cardio. We have exactly 3 short cardio sequences that we are integrating into this program today. And we are going to start with our cardio component to help warm us up and get the blood flow a-flowin'. Just doing a twist from side to side, getting some rotation introduced into the body. Hands on hips, and we're going to do some knee lifts. You can make these as bouncy or as jumpy as you like. Adding some upper body, we're going to bend those elbows as the knee bends up, so everything's bending into the center. Reaching up and exhale, pull it down, pull it down. And taking a wider stance, bringing elbow to the knee, adding a little bit more of a twist from side to side, twist and twist. Holding here for 2 pulses, bend and bend, switch, bend and bend, bend and bend, and bend and bend. Keep that going. We're going to go for 4 knee pulls. 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. And go back to your doubles. Elbow to opposite knee. 2 and 1. Let's switch back to singles, side to side. Keep your stride nice and wide. More leg work, and move this seamlessly into a lunge from side to side. Hands on hips. And if you can, fingertips even lower, dropping your lunging a little lower to the ground. Or feel free to keep hands on hips. Okay, we're going to come into a seated position onto your mat, using a pillow just behind my low back, rolling into the pillow and coming right back up again. Exhale, rolling down and coming back up. I'm not going all the way down, but about 90% down. I'm keeping it active. No resting or stopping at the bottom. Adding those arms overhead and exhale up. Inhale overhead and exhale, coming back up again. A few more times. Moving the pillow out of the way for this last time, as we will stay down onto your back. Bending the knees, feet hip width apart, hands behind the head. We're going to do some ab curls here. Belly button pulls in as you exhale, curl up from that midsection. Try to keep the head, neck, and shoulders in the same place throughout the ab curl. Let's add the legs lifting halfway up into tabletop. Continue those curls. Working on that core, and then straighten the legs all the way up to the sky with soft pointed toes. Let's stay here at the top with the ab curl and add some scissor legs, dropping one leg down and then the other. Switch, switch, switch. Try flexing the feet for another set of scissor legs. And then pull those legs in and let's roll right up, rolling like a ball, and back through the spine and up to the top. Nice and controlled. Moving hands to the shins, if you can, or even the ankles, a little bit more challenging. Let's hold that V-sit balance at the top for a moment. And then place the feet down, rolling all the way down and coming all the way up. We're going to put all that together, going to our ab curl, then rolling like a ball. We're going to make this a little combination. And then at the top, we're going to drop those legs and roll all the way down into a roll up and a roll down. So we've got ab curls, rolling like a ball, and roll ups and roll downs. Those are our 3 moves that are creating a combination. So let's go back to the tabletop legs and ab curl, into the rolling like a ball. I'm doing about 3 of each now. And then into some roll downs and roll ups. And again, tabletop legs and ab curl 2 times, rolling like a ball 2 times. And rolling down and up. 2 times. Going into singles, 1 ab curl, 1 rolling like a ball. V-sit balance now at the top. Let's pull in those abs and lift up the heart. Free those arms and let the abs do even more work now that the arms are not helping. And bend the knees right back. Eventually coming into a butterfly forward fold. Take a moment, let it go, breathe it in, collect your thoughts. And now hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the toes. And let's do some hip lifts. Exhale, lift the hips up, inhale, lower. Exhale, hips up and lower. As you lower the hips, the elbows will soften, and as you lift the hips, the arms will straighten. Press those heels down. Let's get into the glutes and midsection here, and stay right up at the top, lifting one leg up into tabletop and the other leg alternating. Try to keep the hips up. I know they want to drop to the ground. Use the strength in the arms and the legs. And let's lower that down. Take a moment, rest and recover, and bring the hands right back behind you. Once again, lifting hips up, legs hip width apart. You're going to straighten one leg now and lift up and down with pointed toes. Press the opposite foot down into the earth as the hips stay high. And give me about 8 of these controlled leg kicks. And take a little break in between before we switch to the other side. This does put a little bit of work in the wrists, so you might need just a moment of rest and recovery. Let's go back to establishing our starting position and then extend that second leg, lifting up and down, hips high. And you've done it. Lower down with control and back to butterfly, rest and recovery. You can rock this from side to side. You can stay in the center. And turning over into a plank position here. We're going to use this to transition into downward facing dog. Walking feet closer, moving hands towards the feet and slowly rolling on up to standing for cardio part 2. Wide stance on your mat, and let's lunge from side to side, shifting our weight right to left and left to right. Let's find a good pace. You can have hands behind your back or hands on the hips. Anchor those heels and toes, and let's add some coordination, sweeping the arm up and across to the side you're bending into. You can add the look from side to side, so the total body is participating. And then a little doubles, a little pulse to one side and switch. Hands are softly on the thigh. And we're going for 4. And then switch. 4 pulses each side. And then switch. And then let's walk the feet maybe a little closer as we keep the external rotation in the hips and legs and drop one shoulder and then the other and switch, looking up and over that back shoulder. And the knees bend with each shoulder drop. Now come to the center, hands together, and let's just pulse it out in the middle. Heels are down, but toes are kind of pumping up and down. Open the arms to a T shape, fingertips up. And let's do a little spiraling down, coming back onto our mat. You may need a towel for some extra knee cushioning for this next one. So coming up into a kneeling position, we're going to start twisting in little pulses to the side. So I'm just bending that back elbow and reaching the front arm long as I twist, switch, twist. Exhale, 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 exhale. Feel the rotation in the body. Come to the center, drop one hand down and the opposite leg long. Reach the arm up to the sky and start to lower the arm as you lift the top leg. Exhale, reach the arm and leg towards each other. And then keep the arm nice and still, palm forward, and the top leg pulses 8 times. Flex the foot, reach the leg long. Bring that top hand behind the head and let's do our single leg kick from here. Flex the foot forward, point the toes and bring the leg back behind you. Flex and point. Inhale and exhale. Let's reach the top arm long overhead, away from that top leg, and slowly back to the center. We'll set up for side number 2. Take a moment to collect your thoughts, to get centered. Coming up into a high kneeling position, knees hip width apart, hands to the top of the head, and instead of twist, this time we'll do lateral flexion or side bending. Working the waistline. Exhale to flex, inhale through the center. Now stay on that opposite side that we haven't done yet. Drop the bottom hand, extend the opposite straight leg, and let's lift the top leg as we drop the top arm towards the lifting leg. So we get a little bit of work in that side body. Let's pulse the top leg, keep the top arm still and strong. Flex the foot, reach into the heel, and bring the top hand behind the head as we do our single side kick. Flex the foot, sweep it forward, point the toes, bring it back behind you. Let your bottom shoulder stabilize. Try to lift that top leg a little higher. Extend the top arm, reach longer, and bring it back to the center. Good job. Let's just stretch it out in child's pose for a moment. Breathe into the back, into the shoulders, into the hips. Walk the hands in. And let's come all the way down onto your front body now. Stretch the legs back behind you, hip width apart. And reach one arm and the opposite leg. Alternate side to side. Keep center body still and strong. And look forward at those reaching fingertips or drop the gaze down to the floor. Try both arms and legs lifting at the same time. Get into some back body work. I'm keeping the pace a little bit accelerated for that extra fat burn, intensity, and heart rate increase. Stay up here at the top and alternate the arms and legs into our Pilates swimming exercise. Feel hamstrings and glutes and shoulders all participating. And then control that down. Bend the knees, rock it out side to side. Rest in recovery. Take a grateful inhale, happy exhale, and move into a nice quadricep stretch here. Reach back for the top of the foot. Pull the heel into the glutes. And switch other side. If you can, try both arms and both feet at the same time. Maybe you can hold your ankles and flex the feet and come up a little higher into that yoga bow pose. And then going into Pilates world, we're going to rock this forward and back. Exhale forward, inhale back. See if we can get some momentum, spinal extension. And slowly release. Let's exhale. Push the hands down to push the body up. And I'm going to use a pillow under one knee as I extend the opposite leg into a variation of push-ups here. So one knee is down, one leg is straight, and I inhale, bend the elbows, and exhale, push up. 4 times, and then we'll switch sides. So the other leg is straight. And this just allows me to get a little bit more depth to lower down a little closer with my chest to the mat. And we've got 4 here. And then your choice, either both legs straight, or as I prefer, both knees bent. We're going to try one more set of 4, keeping the trunk of the body in a nice neutral alignment. Inhale to bend and exhale to push. Lift those abdominals as you push to the top. Good job. Establish your plank pose for a moment. And let's pike the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Bend one knee, then the other. We'll walk the dog. Walk the hands back to the feet and slowly rolling all the way up to a standing position for our final round of cardio. Bending the knees, so we're a little bit lower. We're going to reach the toe open to the side and open the arms into a T shape at the same time and switch and switch. Different arm variation. Now we're going to reach the arms forward as the toe taps out to the side. And reach and reach. And now the arms lift overhead as that toe taps out to the side. And let's swish the arms forward and open to a T, alternating which arm is on top as we continue the toe taps. And then go back to our first arm move, this time palms facing forward, opening the arms to a T. Let's add some doubles. We'll do 2 and 1, switch 2 and 1, now 4 times. And switch. You can always do a hop in the middle to switch. You can also do jumping jacks here if you want to kick it up a notch. Back to doubles. Bit of an arm variation with elbows bent here. And now we've got singles with a pushing arm forward. A little bit more twisting in the trunk of the body side to side. And now I call this one the fame move. So reaching one arm up. And now tapping the fingertips down. Get a little lower to the ground. And let's go back to that wide lunge, keeping fingertips and hands down to the ground, or if you prefer, up on the hips or elbows on the thighs. As you take it side to side, make sure the knee doesn't press too far over the toes. Keep that alignment in place. Let's come all the way up with the chest and shoulders. So shoulders are on top of the hips. Bend the knees as we lift the arms up. Drop the arms as we straighten the legs. A little slow-mo breath work with an externally rotated squat. And keep the knees bent. Smoothly transition down into a seated position. Let's reach the arms up to the sky and open down to the ground. Continue some of that breath work as we explore an inner thigh stretch, moving into a forward bend through those legs. Let the collarbone drop forward. Let the feet flex, or if you prefer, relax the feet. Breathe into the legs, into the hips, into the thighs. And walk hands back in, roll yourself up. Roll those shoulders. And congratulations, everybody. You have accomplished perhaps a little bit more balancing of your hormones. I know I certainly have. Until next time.